From Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut, this is The Pulse.
Hello everybody, and welcome to The Pulse. My name is Marina Ruy Valdivieso.
And I'm Sarah Klom. Our first story today is about Sacred Heart's Kappa Delta sorority and their annual event, Shamrock the Runway. Held at the Pitt Center, the event's mission was not only to bring joy and entertainment, but to raise money for two philanthropies. How did it go? Raymond K brings us this story.
We just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting Kappa Delta during such a difficult few weeks. We're truly blessed to be part of such an incredible, supportive community
that can make great things happen. Shamrock the Runway took everybody by surprise with their fashion shows and musical talents. With something this big, the main question was, what was it like setting up this event? I sat down and spoke with several members of Kappa Delta who shared their thoughts and their perspectives.
This is my first year in Kappa Delta and at Sacred Heart, so it was special to me to see how great the shoe community is and how much Kappa Delta does and how great we can all come together.
Well, the musical acts are pretty much a time builder. We have three main events for the models: swim, formal, and casual. It's good to hear kids from Sacred Heart to perform, and it's really exciting to see that so many people wanted to get involved.
I think what was so special was that during a time like this, it kind of made you realize that there are so many people here to support you and that want to support you. And it really was wonderful to just see everyone coming together and wanting to be there. So I think this was a big eye-opener to me to how much we can accomplish and how much love and support we get from the community, especially because we had sororities and frats come from Quinnipiac, so that was really great to see that everyone was coming together.
What was also amazing was how successful Kappa Delta was in contributing to Prevent Child Abuse America and St. Joseph's Parenting Center.
When you think about giving to a cause like Prevent Child Abuse America or domestic violence-related agencies, every hour, 60 children are beaten. Every year in our state, just in Connecticut alone, we receive over 100,000 calls pertaining to child abuse and neglect.
Well, coming into Kappa Delta, we always talk about these little children have their confidence just shattered, and we make it a point to instill confidence in all of our members and for our members themselves to instill confidence in other people. It's just such a wonderful thing because those children don't have a voice. By raising this much amount of money and giving to them, we're the voice that they want.
It's really important for Kappa Deltas to promote those two, this parenting home of St. Joseph's Church and Prevent Child Abuse America, because being a part of Kappa Delta, we have to instill confidence, and that's one of our main goals. And if a child is being abused and neglected, they obviously lack confidence, and us as Kappa Deltas want to instill that in them and make sure that whatever they went through, that it's okay to come back and you can still gain confidence and you could still be the best person that you can be.
We nearly tripled our original goal, which was $15,000. We raised over $54,000, which was very exciting.
Thanks to all of those who donated online and who bought the Little Words bracelet.
We had almost 900 people there, which is phenomenal to a pretty small school to see that 900 people were in attendance.
It was just such an amazing thing to see so much love in one whole room and so much support from everyone.
When you think about Shamrock the Runway, it's about leaving a legacy. All of you, no matter what your major, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many friends you have, no matter what kind of family you come from, have the ability to change the world.
And that's the mission of Kappa Delta, changing the world one person at a time. This is Raymond K reporting for The Pulse.
Today, Connecticut residents enjoy hiking in the state's forest on a regular basis. On our next story, we'll explain how over 100 years ago, the land was deforested.
Connecticut is one of the most heavily forested states in the United States. When you look around Connecticut, you'll see a beautiful landscape and great trails for hiking and biking.
It's so wonderful to be out and experience the beginning of spring when everything is born again after the winter and all these trails are open and people take care of them so we can enjoy walk in them.
Who's been involved in protecting the forests, parks, and walking trails, and who's been responsible for opening conversations about the land in Connecticut for future generations. The Connecticut Forest and Park Association, CFPA, is one of the oldest nonprofit organizations in the state.
We were started in 1895, and at the time, only about 25% of Connecticut was forested. It had been deforested as a result of the colonialists coming in and also the Industrial Revolution. The forest was cut down for charcoal. Right now, the forest is around, we have a canopy of around 59%. So the fact that our mission was to reforest the state, we have been very successful in doing that. The second big accomplishment, which is the creation of the Blue Blazed hiking trails, which is an 825-mile network of trails in the forests of Connecticut. And the trails were created as a tool to connect people to the land so that they would work to protect the land and specifically the forest.
For anyone who's interested, they have 2 books that they've published, 2 trail books. One is for the western half of Connecticut and the other is for the eastern half of Connecticut. And they're wonderful books, and they have fold-out maps and very, very detailed maps that are available for anyone who wants to wants to learn about hiking.
CFPA has been successful because our members and our staff and our board have been passionate and really focused on our mission. And today, our activity includes political advocacy up at the state capitol. It includes the trails, but it also includes education, because people have, over the decades, people have become disconnected from the natural world. We're all involved with TV or with the internet, and so one of the things we're really trying to do is to get people out into the natural world and to educate them as to why that is so important. CFPA's funding comes from multiple sources. The primary funding source are individuals who become members or make donations to us. And by the way, part of the contribution is not simply financial, it is volunteer time as well. The second area of funding would come from grant-making organizations. A little bit from the federal government, a little bit from the state of Connecticut, but also from local foundations and, very importantly, local corporations. And then finally, the CFPA over the years has been blessed with the growth of its endowment. So the endowment provides a secure foundation for the success of the organization.
If you want to know more about the CFPA, you can sign up for the public programs for adults, youth, and families for fun, adventure, and learning.
This is Wala Salom and Hanad Al-Malki reporting for the Pulse, Fairfield, Connecticut.
You know, I had no idea that we had so many parks here in Connecticut. Makes me really want to go out there.
I love to hike, so this story was really informative for me. Coming up, after this quick break, a story about a local shop that has had a lot of action this week.
The continuing growth of Sacred Heart University has produced an immense interest from students in the world of communications. As a result, Sacred Heart established the new School of Communication and Media Arts, simply known as SCMA. The school is located in the newly built state-of-the-art Martiri Business and Communications Center.
The School of Communication and Media Arts is professional, diverse,
inspiring,
innovative, distinctive,
unique,
high-tech,
and a family.
5, 4.
All the professors in the media department really provide students with that individual attention.
The school offers degrees on both a graduate and undergraduate level. Students have an opportunity to study public relations and corporate communications, film, television and media production, journalism, media literacy, and theater arts. The faculty includes renowned media professionals with real-world experience and academic prestige in their respective fields.
The professors here are amazing. They want you to succeed.
They're just happy to look at your work, and they're happy to know that you love doing what they love doing.
As an undergraduate here, I knew the MECOM program and the facilities were going to jumpstart my career in a way that couldn't happen anywhere else.
I feel like I have experience in pretty much anything, especially in digital media production, so I feel really confident going into an interview and being like, yes, I've sat at that chair, and yes, I've done that job, and I know how to work a teleprompter.
The center allows students to study in an environment equipped with advanced technology. The production facilities include 2 television studios, a motion capture lab, 2 screening rooms, 6 post-production editing labs and multimedia classrooms, a radio station, media theater, and forum for events.
Classroom experience here is really hands-on. You're at the technical director's chair and getting to work with the switchboard, and you get to actually play with cameras versus just kind of study them.
SCMA is located in the middle of the vibrant creative corridor, enabling students to participate in numerous internship opportunities. Partnerships have been established with over 150 different media companies throughout the region.
Having done numerous internships in the field of broadcast news, I'm able to see that what I experienced there, we have right here.
As we move forward, the university is partnering with outside production companies to produce national and international content.
There's no difference between me and a Palestinian mother. And I don't care what people see on the television. The tears are the same color that fall on that pillow.
Our students describe their experience as
distinctive,
contemporary, growing,
empowering,
and extraordinary.
Our reporter Abbas Kaduri started out doing a nice story about a small vitamin shop in Bridgeport. But then on April 2nd, a robbery took place, and Abbas had a very different story to tell.
On Sunday, April 22nd, a vitamin shop in Bridgeport, Connecticut was broken into and robbed. Its owner is devastated that he became a victim to theft. Being located in a public shopping center did not stop this thief from a late-night lift. At 3:33 a.m. on Main Street of Bridgeport, the burglar found a way in to commit his crime. Thankfully, surveillance cameras captured the incident. Here's what the owner had to say.
Well, there was a burglary, smash and grab as they call it, at approximately 3:33 a.m., April 2nd. Where I believe it was 3:26 where they broke in first to the Chinese restaurant next door, popped the lock and stole money, I believe. And then they went and proceeded to go to mine and smash one door. Couldn't get in that window and smash the other one, and it broke right away, and they walked right in. Walked in and then heard the alarm going off and started running with the cash register, and actually left out the place with the cash register on a bicycle.
He also described the robber.
This was an unscrupulous, bold individual that broke in with a black ski mask on, green jacket, surgical gloves, tool bag with tools in his left bag, on his left shoulder, an orange bag with a flashlight. So he wasn't your average, I would say, drug addict looking for his next fix. This guy was prepared and knew what he was doing.
The police are still investigating the case and trying to catch the thief to put him behind bars. At the end of the day, the thief left with an empty safe and little damage to the vitamin shack.
I cannot believe that they only stole a safe with nothing in it.
It is pretty scary, though. It's just down the street from us.
Yes, definitely. On to our next story. In the Mid-Hudson Valley of New York State, there is a place that has become a home to countless people of various abilities and generations. Nick Capitelli brings us a feature story about the Mary's Brothers Center at Esopus as they celebrate their 75th anniversary.
When you pull up that road and you pull up into the property, it smells like Esopus. It feels like Esopus. Whether it's fresh grass or the spirit of all good here, it makes you know you're home.
It is home. It was home for us. It's home for the kids. It's home for the staff that come up here every year. It's an amazing place because there's such acceptance.
It's home in the sense where it brings me back to center. So it gives you that chance to kind of just be you and let the best of you come out.
I believe that God is present in Esopus. That Esopus represents for many a home, a place where they feel loved, where they feel safe, where they feel that they can be who they were created to be. Marcelin Champagnat founded the Marist Brothers to make Jesus known and loved, and he believed in young people. Everything that happens here is a part of that mission, whether that be our retreats, whether that be our camps, whether it be our volunteers, whether it be walking in the midst of God's gift of nature. I truly believe that Esopus is holy ground.
What we know of Esopus today was an amalgam of a number of estates around at the turn of the century for the 1900s. And eventually in the 40s, the Marist brothers buy it from the state and now have a place for their brand new novitiate.
We acquired the property. It was going to be a high school for students from the Marist schools who were interested in the brothers.
Esopus went from being a high school to being an opportunity for young people to come on retreat, to come to know who God is in their lives, to explore and build their relationships with others, and really to challenge them to, become someone that's going to make this world a much better place.
We have kids come from many different faith backgrounds. For many of them, they have experiences here that they can sort of take the masks off and sort of be free in a way. So I think that's huge in the formation of a young person, that they have that time to really relax and just be themselves.
There's a peace that this place brings to their lives that I can't put into words. It's miraculous in its own way.
It kind of helps you to process your high school time, just take a step back from life. That's really what retreats do. They let you just examine what is happening in your busy world.
So a retreat is, I guess, a different experience where it's more internal, it's more reflective of who you are and where you're going with your life. And the focus is not necessarily on other, it's on self. Where a camp experience, it's always outward, it's always working with campers, it's always becoming friends with people that may last a lifetime.
They evolved these camps into special needs children, to special adults, to the deaf, to cancer. It was just a natural progression of experience after experience.
When we sit down on that last night, when we have a reflection, we're all extremely tired, but there isn't a person who's not smiling. You talk about how happy the kids were during the course of the week and how happy we are that the week went so well and that our kids had an opportunity.
The impact of camp on my life was huge. It taught me a lot of my first year. I learned how to ride a bike, I learned how to swim, I caught my first fish up at camp. It's a place where I just can go and have fun and be a kid, and it never gets old.
You are here for this week and you are serving and you are giving. It is nothing compared to what you're getting back. They give back 100 times what you're giving them because for them, you are the most important person that is in their life for that week.
It is the one place in this world that she is totally accepted for who she is and what she does. And as a mother, you couldn't give me a better gift.
As I think back on 75 years, the word that comes to mind most is gratitude. We could never list or thank all the people that did it. 75 years wouldn't be what it is without every single one of them.
We have experiences here and the people from here go out and engage the world in a way that is different.
We stand on the shoulders of giants, whether it be a brother, a lay person, a retreat leader, a camp counselor. The magic of Esopus is the grace of God given freely. That is what brings us to the next 75 years of Esopus. It's not about the 75 years that are gone. It's about the 75 years that are out there. It's our belief in the young people and the goodness that can happen through them in making the world a better place.
Our next story is about a serious issue affecting our Sacred Heart community and college campuses around the world. I had the opportunity to work on this story myself, and I'm excited to have you all meet Jane. According to a poll taken by the National Alliance on Mental Illness in 2014, 50% of college students reported their mental health being below average or poor. 30% of college students reported problems with their schoolwork because of their mental health. And 50% of college students received no education on mental health prior to college. According to the poll, 1 in 3 students are experiencing depression on college campuses, but only 7% of the students' parents report the diseases. Mental illness on university campuses is a growing issue. Here at Sacred Heart University, Jane Kenny, a senior English major and president of the University Choir Program, is working to break the negative stigma attached to mental illness.
I was clinically diagnosed with anxiety around junior year of college, probably in the beginning of the school year, so maybe around August, September. And that's when I had just gotten on my first set of pills, and I've been on a couple different kinds since then, and I take multiple different kinds just to get me going for the day, so I'm good and level-headed. I think Sacred Heart can break the stigma of mental illness simply by, maybe even making courses or colloquias to educate those who don't really know a lot about it. We do have a club here called To Write Love on Our Arms, and it's basically a mental health awareness club. We fundraise to help those who don't have the funds to get whatever they need, like medication, therapy, what have you. And it's a really great organization. I'm part of it, and I think that might be a huge step in the right direction to kind of shine light on those aspects of Sacred Heart. Like, you could use the lectures, the colloquias, the clubs, just to make the student body more aware that there is a problem on campus, and even though it might not be shown in the light every single day, it's because people are hiding it and they're afraid to talk about it. To anyone who's struggling with mental illness or who's not really aware of mental illness, I would definitely say that it's 100% real and it's 100% okay. A lot of people think that it's not. A lot of people think that it's embarrassing, and maybe a lot of people who are in denial about the existence of mental illness, they need to open their eyes and really look at the world and who is around them, because the person sitting next to you in class could be struggling with a very severe form of mental illness and you can never know. It's a silent disease, and a lot of people are so afraid to talk about it because of the fact that so many people are in denial of it still. And I say that, those who are struggling with it, just please find help, If you just sit there silently for the rest of your life and you don't get help, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. I went several years without getting help, and I hit rock bottom real fast, and I started doing things I never thought that I would do. I turned into someone who I was not proud of, and it really, really takes control of your life, and you no longer have control of yourself. Your mental illness does, and your mental illness begins to define you, and that's what it should never do. It should never define you, and you should be able to control what happens to yourself, what you do to yourself, and what you put forth into the world.
Stories like Jane's will increase our community's knowledge on the pressing issue and result in more understanding and acceptance for our students living with these mental illnesses. For the Pulse Plus, this is Sarah Klum, Fairfield, Connecticut. After this short break, we will discover how a special place can inspire some very special artists.
Hi guys, I'm Cara Finelli. I pioneer by programming free events for all Sacred Heart full-time undergraduates to enjoy, as well as make Sacred Heart their home away from home.
Hi, I'm Alexa Tricari. I pioneer by spreading the awareness of the deaf culture here in our community.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick Cavallone, and I pioneer by serving our veterans who have served us both home and abroad.
Hi guys, I'm Juliana Mariella. I pioneer by helping students broadcast their voice on our campus.
My name is Hina Tamanian. I pioneer by giving commuters a place to address their concerns as well as making them feel included even though they're not residents on campus.
Hi, I'm Katie Tsukamoto. I pioneer by bringing the fight to end childhood cancer to Sacred Heart University.
Hello, my name is Christian Colon.
And I'm Manuela Contreras.
And we are the co-presidents for La Hispanidad. We pioneer by promoting an open-mind perspective on all cultures around the world.
And by harboring a place where students can reconnect, stay connected, or learn more about our Latino heritage.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Galino. I pioneer by losing myself in the service of others and using one hand to help Sacred Heart's community and one to help habitats.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Safina. I pioneer by supporting events that combat bullying and instill confidence in others.
Hey guys, my name is Kyle Stapleton, and I pioneer by promoting exercise and physical activity across the whole Sacred Heart community.
Hi, I'm Claudia Griglia. I pioneer by helping Italians embrace their culture and fashionistas strut their stuff, all of which has helped me become a better leader here at SHU.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I pioneer by forging opportunities for people to be themselves and to start a conversation here at SHU about LGBTQ issues.
Hey guys, I'm Kat Seckler. I pioneer by raising money for cancer research and celebrating more birthdays on Sacred Heart's campus.
So Sacred Heart, how will you pioneer? The choice is up to you. Take that step with clubs, councils, and organizations and change your life forever.
Welcome back. Next up, Salim Hajai with a report from the city of New Haven.
Last week at the Balls, we covered the small story about musical intervention and we saw the musical side of it. Today, we're gonna take a look to the artwork of it with the resident artist, Gusta Nostrin Amina Ray. Let's take a look inside and see the artwork. Hey, Salim Hajai from the Balls.
Hey, how you doing? This is Gusta Nostrin, also known as Amin Ra, resident artist at Musical Intervention. We're going to go in the back and I'm going to take you to the studio and you can check all my artwork out.
Let's take a look.
Let me show you my my current work. This right here is called Human Beings, the Art of Being Human. This represents the human condition. This represents life. This represents our solar system. It represents birth and death, revitalization, so on and so on. I had to really tap into myself and try to get images that would touch people's imagination. It touches people from a scientific point of view and a spiritual point of view, you know?
All right, when I first saw it, it's just like flashback, reminded me of Leonardo da Vinci artwork. Are you inspired by him, or did you take a look to his work before you been this?
I saw the images. I think a lot of people know the images. I saw the images and it stuck with me. And then I wanted to use it because I know it has historical significance. I'm sorry, I don't study any artist. I just, you know, I've been given a God-given gift, and I do my research, getting information from the internet and collecting magazines and this and that, and then I come up with what I want, what I would like to see. You know what I mean? So that Leonardo da Vinci, I think it's called the Venturian Man. This comes from that, but with the Venturian Man, there's a man and a man. This has a woman and a man. I was gonna put the woman, the fetus in there, but I said, no, I'm gonna bring that outside. But I wanted to strip the human being of their skin. So you don't know if it's a black person or a white person. And tell you the truth, I didn't even want to let people know what sex it was. But I had to do the breast, you know, to let people know that we have a woman in here. And with the fiery phoenix, you know, it's like, with this piece, they're just so connected, because it's just life. And soon enough, there's gonna have a denim strand. So that image with the Venturian Man by Leonardo da Vinci, that was a good image. So it's almost like I was subliminally bringing people in, like they seen that image before, but it was two men, and it just had very skinny black bars like a diagram or lines.
And after all these years, it seems like Leonardo da Vinci artwork, it's not just a mystery for some people, it is also an inspiration for others. Reporting for the Bulls from New Haven, Connecticut, Salim Hajjai. Back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Salim. The New York City subway system makes traveling around the town easy. Each stop can bring you to a new neighborhood and a new culture. Next stop, KTown, with our reporter Majid Asuleimani.
Hi, my name is N.O. and I'm the head manager in Korean Culture Center, and I instruct Korean located in heart of Manhattan and Korean Way, which is known as KTown. Around the area, there are a lot of Korean commodities, food and culture, a lot of Asian people, a lot of language mixture. Korean culture, I guess, plays a crucial role in educating people how to interact with Korean culture and how to interpret the language. Of course, language is a big part of our mission.
My name is Courtney Hayward. I'm a missions marketing coordinator here at Couture Design School. We are a fashion, kind of trade school, and we are located in Koreatown. We do get Korean students. I guess being in the midst of Koreatown, we do get a lot of students. They come to our school because, it's in a neighborhood that they're familiar with. I guess interested in fashion as well, and I don't see now why not. Like, you're in New York City. They get a little piece of like their home, but yet they still be immersed in fashion and like a big family like we here in the school. So we accept everybody from any culture, any race, any whatever you are. We do not care at all. We treat you like family, and I guess that's like a really big role that we play here in this community.
Nowadays, because K-pop and K-culture are getting popular, a lot of younger generation wants to know about it, but without the knowledge of Korean traditional culture, you wouldn't have exact right grasp of the popular trend. So as well as teaching Korean language as a mean of understanding K-dramas or K-pop, we also teach traditional culture and how to interact with Koreans in a comfortable way.
What I know about Koreatown is that it has lots of restaurants, Korean-based restaurants, and Korean-based businesses. Also, one of the small communities of Koreans that we have, at least in Manhattan, you go to other places like in Queens or later in Astoria, stuff like that, you do see a more greater population of Koreans, but this is kind of more centralized in Manhattan. Being that I work here and I'm kind of too lazy to walk anywhere else, I usually go down to Koreatown and try the food. One of my favorite places is Gongcha, and there's always like a line at the door, but I feel like it's so popular you have to go inside because the line is just so enticing.
First of all, I'm Korean American, so I grew up in this environment for the longest time in my life, of course. The Korean community here provides a base for Korean Americans to go back and remind themselves of their culture identity and where they came from originally. Koreatown,
amazingly busy.
It's a lot of colors.
To present our next story, I'm going to pass the baton to Raymond Harvey.
This week, I had the opportunity to travel to Seattle and visit one of its biggest attractions. Follow me on a tour of Pike Place Market. Pike Place Market is Seattle's most popular tourist destination and is the 33rd most visited tourist attraction in the world. The market is a place of businesses for many small farmers, craftspeople, and merchants with more than 10 million visitors annually. So what's make Pike Place Market very attractive and why Seattle visitors are love visiting the market? Let's get inside the market and see. The market includes many different vendors, from foods to fresh fruits and vegetables, restaurants, cafes, herbs, clothes, and big fish market.
I'm the owner of Woodring Northwest here at the Pike Place Market. We've been down here since 1993. We started as a young family operation making artisan foods made from Northwest ingredients. Our specialties are preserves, jams, and chocolates. We also have a line of specialty pickles that we sell. Our biggest time of the year is our summertime and winter. Summertime, we get lots of tourists coming into the market and trying our products. Wintertime, people know our products, they'll bring it back for gifts for home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Ellie. So I work at Papa Deli's Pasta at the market. So we sell pasta. We also do oils and balsamics. All of our products are handmade. Yeah, we've been here for about 10 years now, 10 or 11. And yeah, it's a really fun place to work. We get a lot of diversity through here, people from all over the world.
Also, people coming to the market not only to buy food, but also to purchase handmade jewelries and unique clothes.
Hi, my name's Kate. I work at Random, so here at Pike Place Market. At Random, we're actually a t-shirt press. All of our t-shirts are handmade on a manual press, and they're actually made by the same guy, Ben Kirchner, who's been doing it for 40 years. He started his business here in 1976, and he's been selling the same t-shirt design since then, which is really nice, and I really enjoy working for him. I worked for him for 2 years now. And I come in here every weekend, I open the stand up, I sell all the t-shirts, I help him print them up, and then we close down.
The market opened from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, so people came early to have a breakfast in a very authentic and delicious bakery shops, and of course, to have a cup of coffee at the first Starbucks store in the world. If you are planning to visit Seattle, don't miss the great experience to stop by Pike Place Market, and I'm sure that you will love the market. From Seattle, Washington, this is Rimal Harbi reporting for The Pulse.
And that is all for today.
Thank you for joining us today at The Pulse Plus. I'm Sarah Klom.
And I am Marina Rivaldivieso. And this is What It Is.